The Senzo Meyiwa trial entered another dramatic and an explosive week inside the Pretoria High Court as the defense intensified its attack on police investigation itself. What unfolded between the 4th and the 8th May 2026 was not simply testimony about the murder case. Instead, the courtroom became a center of much larger battle involving allegations of police brutality, constitutional right violation, witness intimidation, and questions around the credibility of lead investigator Brigadier Bongani Ginanda. At the center of the week proceedings was a defense witness, Mandlenkosi Godman Zondo, whose testimony introduced serious allegations against police officers involved in the investigation. By the end of the week, it has become increasingly clear that the trial is no longer focused only on who killed Senzo Meyiwa. It is now also about whether the investigation itself can be trusted. Monday, the 4th May, defense introduced a critical witness. The courtroom atmosphere was tense as the defense called Mandlenkosi Godman Zondo to the witness stand. From the beginning of his testimony, it became clear that the defense intends to use his evidence strength. It brought an argument that police investigators used unlawful methods while building a state case. Zondo testified that police allegedly deceived him into revealing his location before arresting him in June 2020. According to his version, police never properly informed him why he was being arrested. The defense immediately shifted attention towards alleged constitutional rights violation. The courtroom reportedly fell silent when Zondo claimed officers tightened the handcuffs so severe that permanent scars remained on his wrist. Judge Rata Mahoteng ordered the injury to be inspected in the court, creating one of the most dramatic moments of the week. The defense wanted to portray investigators as abusive and unconstitutional while weakening defense on how evidence was obtained. The prosecution, meanwhile, focused on identifying witnesses and contradiction in Zondo testimony while protecting the credibility of Brigadier Ginanda and the investigation team. 5 May, Tuesday, defense continued building its narrative. Preceding the continuing of Zondo, still under examined by the defense, the courtroom focused mainly on heavily centered and alleged police misconduct, detention procedure, and claims that investigators aggressively attempted to secure statements linking to the accused of the murder. The defense aimed to reinforce allegations of intimidation and repeated constitutional violation while strengthening Zondo's credibility. The prosecution prepared strategy and cross-examined by identifying inconsistencies and possible weaknesses in the testimony. Wednesday, 6 May 2026, cross-examination pressure built. By Wednesday, the courtroom shifted heavily toward the cross-examination led by Advocate George Baloyi. This phase was critically important for the prosecution because cross-examination is where the testimony is tested. The prosecution focused on possible contradiction, inconsistency and timelines, aggravations, and whether the witness have motive to support the accused. At the same time, the defense needed Zondo to remain calm, composed, and consistent under pressure. Thursday, 7 May 2026, the legal war over police conduct continued. Thursday proceedings continue with all 5 accused present in court. By this stage, the trial had evolved into 2 competing narratives battling for dominance inside the courtroom. The defense narrative argued that police investigators used intimidation, unlawful interrogation methods, and constitutional violation while building the case. The state narration argued that the defense was strategically attacked in investigators to distract from evidence linked to the accused to the murder. Friday, 8 May, the trial resumed under national attention. As proceedings continued into Friday, Senzo Meyiwa trial remained one of the most closely watched court cases in South Africa. Even without the final resolution to the allegations raised during the week, one thing became increasingly clear. This week was fundamentally the strategy battle over credibility. The courtroom remained divided between two powerful possibilities. Either the defense had exposed serious constitutional violation and investigative misconduct, or the defense was strategically attempting to weaken the state case through allegations that cannot be fully proven. Overall takeaway for the week: investigation itself is now on trial. The biggest takeaway from this week is that the defense successfully shifted focus away from the murder itself and directly into the conduct of the investigators. Instead of concentrating mainly on who killed Senzo Meyiwa, the courtroom battle became centered on allegations of police brutality, constitutional right violation, intimidation of witnesses, and integrity of Brigadier Graninda's investigation team. Mandla Nkosi Goodman Zondo testimony became strategically important because it reinforces the defense narration that investigators may have used unlawful methods to build the state case. For the prosecution, this week became a defensive battle focused on protecting the credibility of the investigators itself. Most importantly, the week ended without the court making any findings regarding whether the allegations are true. However, strategically, the defense succeeded in ensuring that the police conduct remained under intense scrutiny, moving scrutiny forward. That concludes our analysis. Thank you for watching The Sim. If you found this breakdown useful, consider subscribing for clear, factual legal analysis. Until next time, stay informed.